emotional. Tom Cairney makes his way off in the knowledge that that most probably is the last time that he will play here in the Fulham shirt.
It's been absolutely incredible. We'll see what happens next week. They're still in talks, so it's a weird feeling right now. I don't know which way to go about it. Like, obviously I want to thank a few people, but at the same time, we're still in talks. So I'd have liked it to have been finished this week, obviously, the contract situation, but these things happen in football, so we'll see.
Today, well, I believe I'm signing a new contract with Fulham, so yeah, it's a big day, one that I wanted to sort out sooner and get it done probably before the end of the season, because yeah, that Man City game was hard, really. It was a bit like inside emotionally, like playing was a weird feeling, and when I came off was a weird feeling, and walking around the pitch was even more strange, not knowing my future. But listen, I was on my future to be at Fulham. I said that for ages, and while I'm still playing well, contributing on and off the pitch to Fulham, then yeah, I'll always want to be around and helping. Not being a Fulham player, not being a contracted footballer, really, for the first time in my professional career, is just it's an out-of-body feeling, but it is what it is. It's football, and I definitely understand that. But yeah, like I said, while I'm still contributing and playing and yeah, doing my thing, then I want to stay around as long as possible. But it definitely did come in my head, and I thought about, yeah, I will have to wear a different kit, wear a different badge, maybe. But yeah, thankfully that's not happened.
He walked really early, Tom. All he wanted to do was play football. We had footballs all over the house, no ornaments, just footballs. And he started to drag a ball back in, rolled the ball to him, and he dragged it back.
Well, he was 11 months old. And I went to see my brother and my dad and that on Christmas Day, because Tom's born January. And my brother Joe just rolled the ball, and he left foot, but he didn't hit it side of his foot. He instep. We went, wow. Because he's football mad, my brother as well. And so that was the first time I thought, got something. But then he used to get balloons, chuck them in the air, and he wasn't even, 18 months?
Yeah.
And keep them up on his head. So, carry on, son. Get the goal out in the back garden. Yes, very good, very good.
And then every time we had days out, when he was a bit older, he'd be playing football, all the family, and people would just stop and say, who's this? How old's he? And like, he is going to be football. I need to remember his name. He was on holiday. And someone said, that's Bobby Charlton right there. He was just amazing, wasn't he? Absolutely amazing at football from being 11 months old. But we just thought, yeah, it's going to go a long way. And he did. In the local school, he used to climb over the gate at playtime because he didn't want to play with his own age group because they couldn't play football. So he used to climb over the gate.
But he used to lift him over, didn't it?
Yeah.
He used to lift him over.
His friends used to snitch on him.
And so he played for school team when he was 7. Maybe that big. And like, I'd see lads I know from playing light football there, and they'd say, oh, your lad's a good player, but he's too small. I just used to laugh. I never told him how old he was. You know? Today's was all 10 and 11.
We used to play a lot, very competitive. He would convince me that I haven't won, even if I had won. There was tears all the time. We used to play tennis. We had like a little car park in the house we grew up in. And I remember there's one game I won. I literally won. Like, I think Dad was watching it as well. And he was like, she's won. And no, he convinced me I'd lost.
And then he went to Forest when he was
7.
And then that was it. They said, yeah, we want to sign him.
I can remember getting my kit. My dad's a massive Forest fan. Well, he was a massive Forest fan back in the day. Went to the European Cups, successes. Loved the old players. So like, I can remember that feeling of me getting my first, like, my Forest training kit and bringing it home and then wearing it, and then him taking the photos. Like, that was I remember that was a special time. That's a big achievement. Do you know what I mean? You're 7, you're joining Forest Academy, your dad's a huge Forest fan. Like, I can imagine that with my boys. That's insane. Like, I can remember that feeling, but then I can also remember quite quickly wearing a Leeds training kit.
The dream would have been for him to play for Forest at mine, because my dad was a mad Forest fan. So I think the dream, but then you just move on.
Forest come around, sat on the same.
Yeah, begged us to stay, and then Leeds said, right then, we'll pay the fines, but if you're prepared to move, then we'll help you. And because we really want him, and so we moved, which was
Mad. Sounds mad.
Yeah,
Mad.
I can't believe we did it.
If I knew what I know now, I could tell Mum and Dad to not leave Nottingham and move closer to Leeds because 8-year-olds good at football. Like, do you understand how crazy that is? Like, what? Your family's around Nottingham, your family, your friends, but like your 8-year-old's got a really good talent. He's obviously very good. He's playing under 9 football at 7, but to leave like your family for a bigger purpose, because you believe this is the best academy in what was one of the best academies in England at the time in Leeds, to take me there, to give me the best chance of making it and moving their life, it's just, I just don't understand. I don't understand it, and yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, it's what they thought was the best thing to do for me then. So yeah, no pressure to make it, but yeah, that's what they did. So.
And if I do it again, would I do it? I don't know. It was just crazy. Like, we upped everybody up and just left.
We moved to Yorkshire when I think I was 5 or 6, I think, when he signed for Leeds, and I was devastated at the time, but obviously it was for a very good reason. Saw a talent in him that we've never seen, obviously, before. My mum and dad really, really believed in him and followed that belief.
And we just follow him. Just whoever he plays for, we'll support. And I think that just that's just what it was, really, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. So then we all moved, and he was there about 8 years.
To be somewhere from 7 till 16, 3-4 times a week constantly, what was that, nearly 10 years, the academy was amazing. And at the time the first team was flying. They had the Champions League nights, they had top players like Harry Kewell, Viduka, Smith, Rio Ferdinand, and that's the team I grew up watching. So no, the club was an amazing place to be. They had top coaches, it was top academy, they was producing players coming through the academy, like Alan Smith was the poster boy, James Milner, Aaron Lennon. Like, that was the path that I wanted to take. So I played with top players that ended up having amazing careers, Fabian Delph, Danny Rose.
I think the worst thing is that it should never have been released. Obviously, politics got involved, I think. I mean, no one's actually ever told us. And I was at Newcastle with him away, under 15s, and I heard all the parents talking. Oh, my lad's got... So I thought, that's weird. So I went over to Darryl Pugh. He went, oh, I've been meaning to tell you that we're not offering Tom a contract. And I just thought, how can you do that to him? He's been here 8 years. He's never, ever not gone training. He's put everything into it. And I think that was why I thought, this is not right, because they haven't had us in to tell us. They just told me there and then. And I just couldn't tell him. I couldn't tell him. I drove come all the way back from Newcastle, and I couldn't tell him.
You give your life, you feel like you give your life, you miss holidays, you miss like school things, going out with your mates, and like all for a sacrifice. And then for them to like not offer you an apprenticeship scholarship at 16 was hard. I think my mum might have took it harder than me, as mums do, like, do that to my boy. That's her man. She'll never ever forgive Leeds till day she dies. No chance.
It was heartbreaking when he got it. It really was. Getting emotional now, yeah. Just for him, really, because it was his life. What people don't realise is boys, not just Tom, but it's hundreds of boys' lives. That then, what do you do now? The day that they told me, I actually said to Darryl Pugh, right, remember this day, because you will live to regret it.
Yeah, but putting a rational head on it, he couldn't go around the pitch because he was a late developer. And I sat down, didn't I? Put all the Leeds kits to one side. Yeah. I bought him a black night kit, just black T-shirt, black, because I know he was going to go for trials at other clubs and you don't want to turn up in another kit. Anyway, got it, worked out in my head. Told him, I said, you got all the football. I says, another year, you'll be all right.
I could play football. I knew I could play football then, and I think my dad was a big factor, and they said, like, Tom, you don't be one of the best players at Academy 8, 9, 10, 11, and then just because, like, you haven't developed like other players yet, like, you fall behind, but when you eventually catch up, it'll go back to who can play football again, and that was the case.
And then the phones
stopped ringing, yeah, which perked him up. It was broken because all I wanted to do then.
And the phones never started ringing. You know, he was offered deals from coaches who'd had him at Leeds, like 2 years. One was manager at Carlisle. He says, "I'll give him 2 years now without seeing him. I haven't seen him since he was 12." We went to Carlisle, didn't we?
Yeah. Chelsea was.
I looked around. Chelsea. Gary Worthington was the director at Leeds, and he told Brendan Rodgers, who was then running the Chelsea youth team there, and he said he'd have him down and play him in an under-15s game. He says they can afford to hold players. See, Leeds couldn't afford to wait for players. They had to have the ready-made 16, 17-year-old. Totally understandable, and that's football. But he never went, did he? Because Chelsea, unbelievably, never had a pitch to play on at that time. And they used to rent a ground, and we were supposed to play Southampton under-15s, and Tom were going to play. She was ready to go down on the train.
Literally going out the door.
She was going out the door, and a lovely girl from Chelsea trying says, "The pitch is waterlogged."
That was another blow for him.
So, and then he was training at Hull at the time, and Hull wanted to sign him. And she's got a thing with Christmas. Christmas coming. I want him settled before Christmas. And so he signed for Hull. But he could have gone.
I just want him to be.
Could have waited till after Christmas. I mean, Chelsea rang out after Christmas. Gary Worthington says, "Can he come down?" I says, "He signed for Hull." He said, "No problems. Keep him up near his mum." Tom will tell you, going to another club like Hull, he found it easier because he was way ahead in the skill department.
Hull was like a breath of fresh air for me. It was like it was tough because I'd gone from amazing standards, facilities like Leeds United, the training ground, the dressing rooms, the food, playing teams like Manchester United, Everton, Liverpool, like Newcastle, to literally at 16 getting released and then going on trial with Hull City and getting changed in a hockey goal at a car park.
From playing Man U, Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle, he played Boston, Grimsby, Hartlepool, Lincoln, and on council pitches sometimes.
Like, I'm not joking, it was glorified school football. That's how I felt like I was playing from 16 to 18. But luckily for me, the first team was doing really well. And like I think there was in the championship at the time, and obviously Dean Winder scored that goal when I was 16, I think, against Bristol City in the playoff final. I was there, so luckily for me, the first team was doing well, so I could literally just see past what it was, and try and see a path to the first team, which luckily enough that happened. I think I owe Phil Brown a lot. He gave me my debut, 18, 19, wherever I was, and kind of soon I was in. My first week in the Premier League was Wolves on the Saturday, Chelsea at home, I think the Tuesday night, then Manchester City at home on the Saturday. So like I'd gone from playing Scunthorpe, Hartlepool under 18s to literally like Lampard, Terry, Drogba. Do you know what I mean? Like De Jong, I think Gareth Barry's in midfield, and Adebayor, Tevez. Like that for me was the biggest jump up in class and quality, and it was a bit of a sink or swim moment, and I think that helped me mentally to what I've ended up doing. Blackburn was also a really, really happy time. I think I describe it as a happy time, like a two-year period where I really needed to go out and play week in, week out and get like a full season under my belt. So I feel like once you get a full season of EFL football in your legs, I feel like you can kind of keep on replicating it. And Blackburn gave me that, although I was on the right wing, which I wasn't really happy about. No, I had an amazing time. Just it's a really, really good club. The ex-Premier League winners, amazing training ground, amazing people at the place, and I enjoyed my football and my life. I do owe them a lot as well. I just played constant football, and I got Player of the Year there, which eventually got me the move to Fulham.
I think we were looking for a player who could get hold of the ball and pass it and control games, and obviously we looked at many players. Tom was one. I think all the boys in the department liked. Obviously, people are wise now after 10 years. They can say, well, we know what he's got and what he can do and what he can't do. But at the time, he played off the right side. He's left-footed. He made space for himself. He made time. His first touch was always first class. He passed and moved. And that was a player we felt could help the team.
So I phoned Gary Boyer because I knew Gary, who was Blackburn manager at the time, and I was quite friendly with him. He's a good guy. So I phoned him up, give him a courtesy call, and he went, no, Tom's not for sale. I'm like, mate, I've got to tell you, the owners have spoken and the deal's done. So he was devastated to lose Tom.
And he rang him, and Tom said, he says, where are you, Tom? He said, I'm having a medical in Fulham. And he says, I've just done a DVD for you. He says, for training to improve you for next season.
It felt quite surreal because it's London down south. I'd never been down south, but always to me Fulham was a Premier League club because like I was growing up in my time of school and stuff. It was always a Premier League club. I had top players. So no, as soon as I heard that, like I wanted it to happen. So, and then a couple of weeks later, me and my dad are down south in a hotel getting ready to do the medical. So yeah, it happened quite fast, but it didn't feel real at the time. Over the years, Fulham have always played good football, and for myself, I've always liked to play good football, and we've had some big names play for this club, and I don't know, it just interested me, and in London as well, it's just something that I'd like to try and hopefully succeed at.
We played against each other this a couple of seasons prior when I was at Leeds, and he was obviously at Blackburn, and then we must have played each other the season before again when he was at Blackburn. So obviously I knew the quality he had as a player. He was part of a really good Blackburn team, actually. I think that probably had every chance of getting promoted or certainly playoffs, that just missed out. So I knew the talent he had, and obviously I think it was a bit of a rebuild the summer that he came in. We had a lot of new faces. I think that kind of Prem relegation era, particularly under Felix, and there was kind of almost like a changing of the guard. Tom was kind of almost like the marquee signing of coming into that new era.
That was the start of my first sort of season, if you like, to actually get a pre-season. So to get Tom as sort of like first signing coming through the door, someone who I knew was a very good player, good quality, obviously had played in the Championship numerous times, I think like 80 odd times for Blackburn or whatever. So I knew he had pedigree, could cope with a level, was a good character. So everything ticked all the right boxes, and he had real quality. So yeah, we were delighted to get him.
And an agent was trying to get hold of him a few years before, and he said, I'll get you to Fulham. And Tom went, Fulham? No, Premier League. No, I mean, he was playing in Championship, wasn't it? He said, Premier League. So, God, I said, what do you reckon then, Tom? He says, well, if he gets me to Fulham, Dad, I'll walk down there. And it was weird how it happened, wasn't it? Really weird, really weird. Yeah. And I thought, Christ, I can remember that when he said it. He's not really been a Northern lad, has he? I think he's got...
No.
I think he must have it in his blood somewhere. Yeah. Like he loves it down there, and he's never coming back here, is it?
No, he's a Southerner now, I think.
So I've always supported like whoever he's played for, and I've just devoted myself to that club. And it's like, I can't believe you're leaving Blackburn. But since then, I've just fell in love with Fulham, and it's like the greatest choice I've ever made. And now I feel like I've found a club that I'll support even after he retires.
Here's Tom Cairney on the right-hand side, looking for Lassevigue and Christensen just inside the penalty area. Back to Cairney! Oh, what a goal! And now Fulham pressurising him again. Here's Cairney with his left foot. Oh yes, he's done it again.
We all know that Tom is not the quickest, but his brain is quickest. The first yard is in his head. So therefore, when the ball is coming towards him, he's anticipating where his first touch is going to be, away from the other player. And very rarely does he sprint past people to receive the ball. He gets it to feet. He passes and moves. His brain is quicker than most, so therefore he's ahead of the game. He can see a pass instantly. He can play one-touch football, which some players can't do. They can play one-touch, but they give it away. Tom don't give the ball away. He keeps possession of the ball. You can rely on Tom to give him the ball, knowing it will be passed to a white shirt, and we can move the game forward. And he's ideal at, if you like, sometimes slowing the game down and keeping possession and to retain possession of the ball, to take the sting out of the game, especially if you're winning. But at that particular time, we wanted someone to progress forward because we were playing obviously in a league below, and Tom had the abilities to dominate the ball and control games.
That's TC. Can control a game. There were so many years where he would get on the ball and he would control the tempo of the game. He could speed it up, he could slow it down, and that's something that's super unique.
I remember we were training at Motspur Park on the stadium pitch one day, and he was just brilliant in training. I pulled him after the training session and said, TC, mate, you've got Premier League quality. I said, it's just, you need to match that with a Premier League mentality, and you're a Premier League player. It's as simple as that. Because his quality and his ability, the way he saw the game and was able to sort of slow things down as well, it was brilliant.
Tom is a master of the ball. He looks after the ball. The ball does what he tells him, not what the ball doesn't tell him what to do. He tells the ball. He controls it with his first touch, and then he passes it where he wants. So I think when you sign a player like that, you hope that everything's going to fall into place, and it has for Tom.
Floated back by Jones, headed in. Well, they're all on their feet. Back to Mahoma and into the path of Stephen Gleeson. Well, from 30 yards there, he wasn't closed down. He took it on first time, the Republic of Ireland international with his right foot.
I was seriously worried about our future. You can ask my mum and dad at the time. I spoke about relegation and like imagine going to League One. Like this is a slippery slope because I don't actually think we had a win in 15 games or something crazy like that during the time when maybe just before Kit got sacked to when we appointed Slavisa. I remember Peter Grant taking over for a little while. That didn't go too well. And then Stu Gray came in, kind of steadied the ship a little bit, but it was still difficult. So I remember that time, even though I was playing every week and full 90s and stuff, like, and kind of happy personally with what I was doing, but I just think we just couldn't. Yeah, just once you're in that fight, it's really hard to get out, and that's where I felt like we was. We could score goals, like we really could score goals with Dembele and McCormack up front. Yeah, like I'd chip in with the odd one, but we couldn't get clean sheets to save our lives. So it was a really difficult time.
Hello. If you would like to take a few pictures before we start.
I am very exciting. I believe it's a great chance for me. Have chance working in one historical club like Fulham.
Honestly, I didn't know so much about him, but before arriving in the was Christmas time, I have information. Is one of the most important Fulham player. I remember it's my first game against Sheffield Wednesday, I believe. He didn't play, and he tried before the game, make it some warm-up, check himself, and at the end he decided he's not ready, and we lost this game. And in this moment I say, oof, I will have problem with this guy.
Do you know what? I don't actually remember the first game. No, I don't remember. I remember having a little problem with my knee and stuff, but no, I'd never be that person to not play football if I can't play football. So I'm glad he found out that I wasn't like that in the end. But no, I can't remember that situation at all.
After that, he was in the all the games, all the trainings. He don't miss any job, and he was a really professional guy.
David Button pumping it back. Corley Woodrow got a touch. Here's Tom Cairney, slides it out to the left-hand side. Ryan Sessegnon on the overlap. The low ball in wasn't cleared. Cairney! Headed back by Dennis Sadoy. Matt Smith, is it? Oh, it's Tom Cairney, I think, who came from behind the stanchion and slides it into the net. It's one apiece. Slides it to Martin just inside the penalty area. Back to Tom Cairney onto his left foot. Yes! Oh, what What a lovely goal on the break, Jamie. That's 2-0 to Fulham. Well, Johansson with a left foot pulls it back to Tom Cairney, edge of the box. Oh, what a goal!
It's fantastic left foot. We try with him to take the set pieces, even take the penalty. Was complicated time for us. We didn't find it best option from the team, but Tom was in all my time a really important player for the team.
I remember saying to mum and dad and my friends that I need a foreign manager. I literally always used to say that. I didn't have a foreign manager till I was 25. And the first foreign manager that I had put me in the middle of the pitch. And that's where I always wanted to be. Because I feel like, for whatever reason, I feel it's different coming through now because English players, English coaches have a different mentality now. I say to Josh King now, you are so lucky. Coming through this day and age, you are so lucky. Because if he came through when I came through, like, he played number 6 in under 23, there's no chance he would play number 6 when I came through. So like, I feel like they're so fortunate now. So I got lucky that the foreign manager came in, looked what I can do rather than what you can't do, and yeah, kind of in a way built the team not around me but around my strengths.
I'd say this season, probably most of the seasons I was here, TC was always the go-to guy. You know, he had obviously such quality on the ball. I think probably myself as well. Like the club that we're building at that time, they were trying to bring in players to probably bring out his best qualities. And I think in them especially in the first 2-3 seasons when I was here, he was absolutely unbelievable. To be fair, to score 13 goals and 12 assists from an 8 position was testament to obviously the player he was.
He's probably the most quality player in my time where I am working in football is in Fulham.
Wonderful atmosphere inside the cottage. It's a big night for Fulham. Let's hope we get the result we're looking for.
Football is about moments. Like it's not really about you can play 500 games, 600 games, but like if you don't have, people forget that, but I think people remember moments, and that was a moment where like, if that didn't go in, I don't think we ever get the playoffs.
I remember, Leeds getting a red card, and us just pushing, and then he gets the ball at the top of the box and just a trademark opens his left foot, opens his body up and bends it into the far post.
Carrying it up towards the edge of the box, a little step over, touches it for Tom Cairney onto the left foot. Yeah!
That is up there as best moment of my life. I'll be honest, I know it sounds really bad, but yeah, the stick we took all game from the Leeds fans, and I hate losing to Leeds. And when it went in, I sort of like followed it, and I was like, no.
The screamer, the left foot screamer, yeah, I remember that one well. And then he ran into the crowd.
The scenes, after jumping into the stand.
Tom Cairney with a magic left foot. Oh, we deserve that. We definitely deserve that.
And then I saw him jump in, because we was in the cottage, so it was the other end. And then he jumped in Hammersmith. I was like, it's Tom.
What did I tell you? He is that guy. Don't worry. Don't be surprised. He is that guy.
To score in the last second against them was always extra sweet, but no, it's one of my favourite moments in a Fulham shirt for sure.
Yeah, just that summed him up. He would pop up with we called it a trademark TC goal. He could put it in far post, or he could give you the eyes and whip it near post with his left foot, and that's something that just was incredible to see for sure.
That was up there, definitely. Yeah, always nice to score.
When we done with them boots, she said, Dad didn't ask her. She said, they're in the boot room. I said, well, get him there. He goes, what for? I've got him up there.
The football we played that year was at times arguably better than the football that when we went up. And that second half of the season run, was special. And I think that goal kind of put us onto a good feeling, and like the teams we beat going on to get in the playoffs. And not many teams finished sixth and the favourites for the playoffs, but the form we was in, we should have done a lot more.
Who will
there was probably two ways to look at it at that time. There was a way of a sense of a huge disappointment because we felt that we should have went up for sure. You know, I think Reading was probably the only team in that whole playoffs that could have maybe caused a bit of an issue, and ultimately it did fair play.
That was, I think I've said it before in an interview, that's the worst I've felt on a football pitch. Just because, one, I was a little bit angry that we didn't perform, but two, like, I feel like we deserved to get to the final the way we played the second half of the season, and then you had the Reading fans running on the pitch, taking pictures with you, saying things, and then at the same time it's the end of the season, you want to clap the Fulham fans, thank you, but then they're all around you, and yeah, I got that picture of me just stood there like this in front of the fans. I remember it, and yeah, I just used it as fuel to the fire really for the next season.
Honestly, we were all disappointed because I think we gave a lot during that season, but then it's part of football, and all the negative part of this season we just deleted them from to bring the new stuff and the positive stuff in the new season.
It was a hard afternoon for us after a lot of the compliment from the team, after a lot of the really brilliant game what we play in Championship. We don't have enough power for making this last step, but we trust, and is even I have sensation even team trust we are in a good direction. We need to follow in and looking for be successful next season.
We kind of came this far on this season. Yes, there's huge disappointment involved, but like we set ourselves up to be probably even better next season. We were so strong that season. We brought in some unbelievable players who it just seemed to click from all throughout the whole team. Obviously coming from the staff as well. So as much as the disappointment was there was probably a sense of optimism after a couple of weeks of reflecting of what we could have done better, because of course we could have done better over the course of the two games as well. But yeah, there was probably a quiet confidence of right, next season is going to be our season.
You know, I think that year for me solidified where he was gonna go, and I knew from that point he was going to be at the club for a long time.
I had a good season the year before Scott announced his retirement. I learned a lot of Scott, to be honest. He was incredible. As a captain goes, he was top. So I tried to nick a few things off him, and yeah, but be myself at the same time. Like, I was never going to be the same kind of type of captain as Scott Parker. I did it my own way, and I kind of worked it out. And I think I've grew into that role from then.
Someone messaged me and said, "You're Tom's captain." I went, "No, it's not. You got it wrong." And then when I saw it up there, it was like, no, because that was Djukanovic, weren't it? And I was just like, I never dreamt he would ever be a captain.
Me personally, if you're asking me, it was a no-brainer. You know, obviously, Scotty P was a great captain for the club, and for me, in my opinion, could only gone to one person, and the club made the right decision to give it to T.
I love the picture of Parker putting the armband on him. I don't know if you've seen it. I think, oh my God, Parker, what a legend.
I think his personality's changed a lot more. He's got older in terms of leadership.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I think back to the man that signed for Fulham, I couldn't really think he's captain material. But since getting older, I feel like what he does around the club and helping the younger players, like they all love him. And he even does like team talks sometimes before games, even when he's not playing. So it just goes to show like what the staff think of him. So yeah, he's real mature and grown up, I would say, yeah. His
knowledge of the game is just second to none. Like, again, on our family chat, even if it's just a random game that's on, he'll analyse it straight away and just, I mean, I don't join him because I haven't got the first thought of what to input, but yeah, his knowledge of the game is just incredible.
You know, there's different sort of captain. There's the captains who motivate people, who are always there, like shouting, blah, blah, blah. But him is the type of captain is so good that it will make people also be better. So he's that type of captain. He doesn't speak that much, but he's all around the pitch, will lift people up.
You think back to the Fulham captains and captains in football, and you just think, that is very special. That is special. Yeah, so I was saying Fulham captain. Sounds nice.
Fulham attacking the goal to our right. Tries to pick out Ryan Sessegnon, who gets there, chests it down, he's into the box. Yes, 3-1 to Fulham. Sessegnon, a beautiful finish from Ryan Sessegnon. Here's Ryan Fredericks, right hand side. Font, Piazon, Johansson, Sessegnon all in the box. Here's Piazon! Oh, it's 2-0!
Going on that run was incredible, you know. It was just winning game after game, just not losing. And we went from strength to strength in every game. T was obviously vital to that as well. Our midfield three at the time was vital to it. And obviously T being at the heart of it was obviously very good.
As our midfield trio went that year, that's how the team was. If they were on it, you know, the team was on it. And that in that unbeaten run to go 23 games, half a season undefeated, you know, he was obviously at the forefront of that.
But you know, in the time, like, you don't realise it, but it's just happening. Like, you're playing together, like, no one gets injured, and you're literally just bouncing off each other. Like, obviously Kev used to get a little bit frustrated at us both and shout at us and call us all sorts on the pitch, but I know he loved it as well. And I really do feel like Kev is such because of the way he is, you forget how good he was at football.
I loved it. I genuinely, I think it's been quite publicised that how much we got on the pitch, off the pitch. You know, we didn't do loads off the pitch as a three, but on a day-to-day basis, training ground it was so funny. It was, and when you've got a connection like that, it's so easy to take it onto the pitch. When at that time we were in control of the ball a lot of the games we were, so we've got three players who are comfortable with the ball, and when you know which way each person wants to play and the way that we aim to play as a team, it was easy. I was the best football I've played and most enjoyable I've played, because obviously you're two good guys there, two unbelievable players, and everything just went kind of hand in hand.
Like, he's such an intelligent footballer, and he was amazing for us that season. And as for Johansson, yeah, he was just a threat. He was a constant threat. Great footballer, could nick a goal, did the odd bad thing that the Fulham fans love. He'd just chase one back and just whack him. Or he'd press a goal, he'd run to a goalkeeper 4 yards away and just slide. And Kevin go mad because it doesn't help us in any way, but it gets a cheer off the crowd. And he'd just be sliding across in front of the goalkeeper.
I think you realise how good he is when you play with him, but then you realise how good he is when you play against him. Like, a couple of times I was the one who had to drop in on the deep line midfielder, and because Kevin, Steph would rotate so much, like, I was absolutely blowing a gasket, like, running after him, and I'm thinking, like, I don't think he's really broke out of like a walk here. Like, he's just running the game in like absolute cruise control. Really frustrating, actually, quite annoying, like, to the point where I was like, you really my mate? You're absolutely running rings around me.
There was good combination, good friends on the field. I believe outside of the field too, with different characters, and this was our preferred combination play with these three midfielders, and they understand very well what we need from them.
Big breaking news coming out from Fulham now. They've got the deal done for the striker they've been craving. Alexandra Mitrovic has joined on loan for the remainder of the season.
I came end of the January, and we start playing really well. And you know, he was the main player. He was the captain. He was very important, not important as me, but you know, he was. No, I joke. I had a lot of respect, but he's a great guy. He's a great friend of mine, and a real legend of Fulham Football Club.
What a signing. I think just the relationship also he has with Fulham fans and the club is incredibly special, and no way we would have done what we did in that second half of the season without him up front. Or what, do you know what? Well, what we did in the Championship altogether. He is number 9 Championship GOAT for me. I think he's played in the league 4 times and got 4 promotions. But on top of that, like, I know he's Serbian. He really like bought into the English Championship mentality with the English boys. I mean, he was good around everyone. And yeah, he was just just you see what you see is what you get. But in front of goal is just an animal.
Cairney once more inside right channel, slides it in behind the fullback for Ryan Fredericks, pulls it across, and it's in. It's 1-0 to Fulham, and it's Mitrovic again. Got a chance there to open them up, but we got the throw in. Johansson finds Tom Cairney inside the box, lobs it in towards Mitrovic, heads it down. It's in! It's in for Fulham! Mitrovic again! 2-1 to Fulham in stoppage time here at Deepdale. Genius ball from Tom Cairney.
At the time, you're just on a ride, just like the next one, and then people start to say, oh, it's 10 games unbeaten, and it's 15 games unbeaten, and then we used to walk on the pitch and we feel like there's no way they're beating us today. The momentum, the way we was playing, obviously Mitro couldn't stop scoring, and that was a special time to be playing. Yeah.
Any minute we will be underway. What a nervous night it might be. We need to get that first goal to calm things down. They've gone 5 across the back, or 2 wing backs and 3 central defenders. Is the one change for Derby. They've left out Matej Vidra, the top scorer, and then comes Anya, who came on Friday up at Pride Park.
It was like, because of what happened the year before, the fans were so desperate for it, the players were so desperate for it, and it felt like we wasn't going to lose. That's how it felt. It was constant pressure, and Cesc had an incredible moment.
What's up there? I would probably say top 3 in my career for sure. Like obviously losing the first leg was tough, but we knew coming back to the cottage was going to be rocking.
Ryan Sessegnon will swing it in with his left foot from the right-hand side. Fulham attacking the Hammersmith end. 65 minutes gone, leading by a goal to 0. Yes! Dennis Sadoy with a header for Fulham! 2-1 to Fulham! Come on, you Whites!
The fans were incredible that day, and I remember full-time whistle, everyone running on the pitch. I think I dropped down to my knees. I was just so happy that we took, the club to Wembley.
The pitch invasion, the celebrations. I know we celebrated like we already got promoted, which I remember Aston Villa saying. But I think it was more relief because of what happened the year before, and just wanting that day at Wembley, and felt like we deserved it.
Well, that's the whistle, David. That's it for Fulham. We're on our way to Wembley, and rightly so. Oh, what a night for Fulham Football Club.
Oh, the Wembley stage is beautifully set. And the prize so coveted by Aston Villa and Fulham. And the prospect really is a compelling one.
I remember the excitement, the build-up was... I think all I wanted to do was get to Wembley, because I think we failed the first year with Reading, and that hurt, obviously, and then the drama against Derby was just... The celebrations was, I think, just relief, and getting to Wembley was the big thing. I remember walking on the pitch before the game, it was just more excitement, and like, this is it, it's here now, and what is meant to be will be.
I just loved the white wall, I loved it. I was in a box with his agent, and I just kept looking. I thought, I want to be in that white wall, really.
It was incredible. First time in my career at that time where I played in front of a crowd that big, and just seeing all the fans dressed in white was amazing. And they made some noise that day as well.
I remember that after the game, for 2 days I was deaf a little bit. No, that was noisy, so noisy. That was crazy. And my perspective of that day is different from the players who played, because I was sitting, listen, that was mad.
I didn't know if Fulham can bring this amount of the people on the stadium. Is full celebration and happiness for us was really one of the most important moments for myself, like from the team too, of course.
I think the white wall is what everyone remembers. Still now Fulham fans always come up to me and just talk about that day, really, because I think it's so special to them. They had years and years of not coming to Wembley, so this day was incredibly special to them, and to be honest, I think they were the stars of the day as well. To be honest, they was insane from start to finish, and yeah, the white wall was just one of the best parts of the day.
I just don't think there's any words you can cover it. Like, I've been to Wembley before, but to actually see your son lead the team out as captain,
You kind of want the walk to last forever, because it's like there's just the start, the build-up's amazing. So no, it was an incredibly proud moment, and yeah, I still remember it.
Obviously, we want to win it, but then you're also scared, like, if we do lose and it's his fault.
Yeah, you just think,
how your mind plays tricks on you, because you just, like, it really makes you think the worst is going to happen.
and I just thought, it just can't get any better. And then it did.
One lapse. That's all it could take. Oh, Horan missed the challenge. Sessegnon has done beautifully. Oh, and Cairney puts it away. And the midfield master craftsman gives Fulham the breakthrough.
I remember Sess getting it, and I kind of opened my body to receive it.
I'm not even sure if I was intended passer, but he zinged it out to me. I kind of took a heavy touch. A Villa player tried to slide and get the ball, and I kind of nicked it past him. I saw T in the corner of my eye. Initially, I thought, let me not play, because I wasn't sure if T was going to run in behind, because we all know that's not really his game. But yeah, I managed to just slide and took a chance on it.
No, it's not natural for me to run in behind, but it just felt right at the time, and yeah, it was a perfect ball from a very young Sess as well. Like, you do forget the composure he showed on a day like that. Obviously, to thread that ball through was, yeah, sums him up, to be honest. But I did think about running back to the white wall, but honestly, it was so hot that day, and I just wanted to save as much energy as possible, so I stayed by the Villa fans.
You know, I when the ball got played through from Ryan, I felt, all right, it's TC on the end of it, but it's as good as finished.
This is the guy who is around the space a lot of the times, but in this time, he's like his guy who take good decision in the right moment. He taking this decision. Ryan connect with him perfectly, and he connects with the net still better. It was really important moment for us.
I just felt so in control of that moment, and in the time I just felt like I was just by myself. And when I see the pictures back, it just kind of goes under his foot, just like it just misses his stud. So what a lucky finish, but he nearly saved it.
Seeing him put that goal away and not be the decider was, I think, just kind of a perfect kind of cherry on top of the season for the team, but also for him as captain and club captain.
Top goal, what a moment. Wembley, the full stadium. That was a special moment, honestly.
I couldn't have scripted that day any better if I'd tried.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like, the only goal scorer, captain, played the full 90 minutes, man of the match, and everybody was there, and people who couldn't be there was obviously watching it on TV, and yeah, it was just, incredible.
I mean, it's something I'm going to remember till the day I die, frankly. You know, what an exciting day, obviously, and it just couldn't have been more spectacular fashion to have Ryan pass it to Tom, and then he scores. This was, like, you talk about a Hollywood beginning.
And it's really funny because the local pub where we used to live on the Sunday night did a quiz and said, what minute did Tom Cairney score at Wembley? And it was just like surreal, because it's like, God, it's Tom. But it was just, oh my God, yeah. Everything and more.
My mum especially, I remember she gave me a hug, she nearly broke my neck. She's like, yeah, so strong. But no, it's a journey, innit? I think your family are on that journey with you from a little boy. They probably don't even picture their son even walking out at Wembley, playing at Wembley. So for them, it's incredible.
Obviously, that's like what you think about. You're like, oh, imagine that happens. Like, that would be amazing. And that actually happened. And it was like, as much as it's like an amazing day for Fulham, it was like your day, wasn't it? It was an amazing day for you.
In the end, he scored that goal and get us to the Premier League. So, if he was not the most important, for sure one of the most important player that season.
If I could go back to any 2 minutes, I think from that day, it would be the final whistle.
One last hope. Kodja battling for it. McDonald gets his head on it. Grabban trying to keep it alive. And Cairney happy to get distance on it. There it is! Wembley belongs to Fulham. His stylish, swaggering bunch from southwest London are back in the Premier League.
It wouldn't be the goal or walking out. I mean, the final whistle was probably the best feeling I've had on a football pitch, and it was around there, and then we sprinted, literally just sprinted to the white wall, and I remember the scenes in the dugout with Slavs and Javi and Stu, and it was just a pile on there in front of the fans, and I was on the bottom.
A lot of people say you get married, you have kids, etc. That will be the best day of your life, but nothing will ever beat the Championship playoff final against Aston Villa. Sorry, my future wife.
To see him actually just cross the finish line in that respect and have the final we did was really, really special. And knowing him not just as the player but as the person he is, no one deserves the success more than him.
From a selfish point of view, to lead the team out, to score the winning goal, to get man of the match, lift the trophy, 45 degrees. It doesn't go much better. Like, days don't go much better than that.
It was written for him, wasn't it? It was always going to be that way. TC's the kind of face of Fulham. It kind of had been that way kind of when I came in, and it's great to see now over the course of the X amount of time I've been gone that he's kind of went from strength to strength. So I think it was such a fitting moment for him, his family. As you say, kind of written in the stars. You could say the same with a kind of assessing TC kind of combining. But for TC, I couldn't be more happy for such a good guy.
You're exhausted from the game, but walking up them steps, you don't care. Like, it's just pure adrenaline. Like, some special players have obviously made that walk and done that trophy lift. So, I wanted it to last forever, to be honest. Just went up the steps slow, like trying to take it in, trying to take the white wall in, to try to see where your family is sat. Lifting the trophy, and the relief / like pride, and just the realisation that you'd done it was immense.
People in that moment might take that trophy on themselves and kind of make it about themselves, but the fact he's wanting to do that and willing to do it, and it speaks volumes, it does, for him. I might have captained the team a couple of times through that season, but like TC was the captain, he's the club captain, we knew that, and it's probably a gesture from Betts to kind of say, get yourself up here with me and we can hold together. So from that moment, obviously, I've got a couple of pictures in the house of me and him on the wall that are just great memories.
Two leaders in the dressing room. Yeah, two vital players in the heart of our midfield.
I think he was a huge part of our success, a bit of an unsung hero a little bit, if you like, and he was also very vocal as well, like more of a vocal person them 2 years, and I wanted to definitely share that moment with. I think you have like a bit of a leadership group, and in every successful team I think you have like some senior players that take us to a very strong lead, and he was definitely one of them. So I think it was a nice moment to share that with him.
Some of those memories obviously will live with me forever.
That day, from start to finish, it was just like almost like the journey he'd been on and the sacrifices made as a family just came to get emotional. All worth it.
It's the full-time whistle. Full-time for Fulham on a single season stay back in the Premier League. It is the end of the road at Vicarage Road. Fulham fall short. In fact, they folded really in the second half.
That season, I think it was the third game? Yeah, it was the third game of the season, Burnley at home. We played all right against Palace. I think we got beat. The second game, we played Tottenham away at Wembley. They had an amazing squad. We lost. So we know we played Burnley at home in the Premier League, and we had to win. And then we battered them. I think we scored 4 goals. We was free flowing, and for some crazy reason, I broke my metatarsal in the last. I think Charlie Taylor fell on my foot at a weird angle in the last 5-10 minutes, and I missed a huge chunk. I think after that, and I feel kind of guilty for Slavisa losing his job. I'm not saying I would have saved that season, but if I didn't break my foot against Burnley, I'd kind of felt that situation, that run of games might not have happened, because I felt amazing at that time. I was 28 years old, and got that win against Burnley, played well, and just that situation happened, and that was awful. That actually felt awful. That he lost his job, and then Claudio came in, and it just went from bad to worse, really.
It was crushing. first season in a long time in the Premier League, and then for us to end it with relegation was really tough. We had a lot of new faces. It was kind of 3 managers in one season as well. It was difficult to gain some consistency that season, but yeah, I could just tell. I looked at the senior players in the face, and I could tell that they were really disappointed, but raring to go for the next season. You know, not much had to be said after that disappointing game, but I could see in their eyes that they were raring to go for the next season.
It's hard from when it happens and the summer until, in my opinion, when you come back pre-season, and then it's just like as soon as you start training, get your head around the fixtures, the schedule. Like as soon as you get back in that flow, like you are in it, and you just become like autopilot. But it's hard from the Watford game was awful, and the rest of that season. Even though we played well, we actually dug in for Scott. For like towards the end of the season, we actually put a few wins together, good performances. I know it's too late, but it's what you could do at that time. And then the summer was not nice, but then pre-season, we knew what we had to do.
Mawson finds Tom Cairney, could be a break on now. A knockout down the right-hand channel. Mitrovic making his way into the box. Bobby Reed's there as well. Knockout for Tom Cairney onto the left foot, goes for goal! 2-0! 2-0 to Fulham! That's how you play football. Pulled across, here's Tom Cairney onto the left foot, and he's done it again. He just sweeps it in. Well, I said last weekend, Jamie, he makes it look so easy. Risky from Liam Moore. He played his keeper into trouble, and here's Stefan Johansson. The keeper's 30 yards out. Tom Cairney in the end chips it in. That's 4-0 to Fulham, and that's absolute quality again from the Fulham captain, Jamie. There's nothing you can do but applaud that.
I think performance-wise, we was up and down. I feel like we felt the pressure of having to get promoted. I mean, we kept important players to get promoted. So I feel like we felt that a little bit. We wanted to get back, maybe too much, that we put too much pressure on ourselves, and we kind of didn't perform that well, but we're grinding out results. Everyone compares it to 17-18 promotion season. It was a totally different style of play. It was a little bit more structured, controlled, better defensively. But yeah, it was always obviously the aim was to get promoted, but it was a completely different style. I enjoyed parts of it. I mean, I played a lot of football, and I think we just came good at the right times and got results at the right times.
Well, Rob, I can tell you I've just received a statement from the EFL. They've just come out and given me it, and all games will be suspended and postponed.
It was such a tough time for the country on the whole. You know, football wasn't really football. You know, we've seen that at Wembley. We've seen that through that back end of that season.
I remember having like 3 months off doing nothing, and then from March time, I think it was, 2-3 months off, and you are you're so out of shape, honestly. So it was the season, where you are in the league. We finished okay before the COVID, and then the momentum and the desire and stuff to okay, it's starting again. So you do a mini pre-season, get back, and then you got a mini league to finish. That was the weird feeling. You had 8-9 games left, and then you potentially automatic or playoffs. I think I'm quite proud of myself, proud of the team, how we got back in shape so quickly and finished the season strong. And yeah, I think that was a nice thing to take from it.
Because obviously you didn't play for a few months, so it wasn't so bad. And then when it kicked off, I'm like, what? We're not there. And it's just really weird. And then we missed the playoff final, which that was very, very hard. That I must admit.
To captain, albeit two very different playoff finals, to be able to do that and help the club. Get to where we felt that we wanted to be, but also needed to be. It says a lot about his kind of resilience and character to just keep going, to bring guys and bring guys into the fold, and push on and go for it again.
It was just hard, and I think it was hard for him as well, because he's used to he always looks for us in the crowd. Obviously, Fulham, he knows where we sit, but away, he's looking for ages. He sort of looks for us. So I suppose it was hard for him as well. It was just a weird time.
It's hard for thousands of fans as well.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worse watching it on telly, they said. You feel like you can't. Obviously, when you're watching a game, you can't really control it anyway. But I think being there, you can see more. But on telly for a final of 120 minutes, and no, it was like they said, it was the most nervous they've ever been watching a game. So yeah, I can imagine, to be honest, because yeah, on telly's not nice.
All those matches, all that planning comes down to this. And here, from their dressing room, out of the same wide Wembley tunnel, come the Fulham players. What a season they have had.
I feel like I have a lot more memories from the first final than the second one. I think it's a lot to do with COVID, and yeah, I'm just, to be honest, the thing that upsets me the most, I think, about the second one is no fans being here, because that could have turned into another historic day in such a short space of time after the first one. So I think that's the only thing that upsets me slash annoys me about that day. We knew it was huge, and we had to be at it, and we had to style for them a lot to win the game. We worked a lot tactically on a few things stopping them leading up to the final, and we kind of changed things a little bit in the final. I played deeper than I did a lot that season. I think that was Scott Parker's and Matt Wells' tactics. I played a little bit deeper with Harrison Reed, and then Josh Onham played higher. So I don't think they expected that really. So no, it worked well on the day. We spoke about how aggressive David Raya's starting position is from wide free kicks. But saying that, first realising it at the time, doing it, and then achieving it is completely different things. Did I think Joe had in the locker? But you probably won't say so, but he's got the power. There's not many people that could like hit the ball inside of the foot with that much power. It's an incredible goal, an amazing free kick, and like I said, I just feel sorry for him that there wasn't 45,000 Fulham fans there to witness it, because they'd have gone mental. But it's one of the best goals I've been on the pitch and witnessed live. So it was a bit surreal actually when it went in. It was a little bit crazy. I remember the ball bouncing and then Raya diving, but it was already in the goal, and yeah, everyone ran to the bench. I think I remember Cavs getting in behind Ivan Cavallero. I mean, he got caught offside about 400 times that night, but luckily this time he didn't get caught offside, and then he turned, he played it to me. I remember my calves being so tight. I think I was in and out of cramp a few times, and then Joe just heard him shout, and I just played it into his path, and then he played a 1-2 with Mitro, who was injured, to be honest. He had a pulled hamstring. I don't know how he came on. Then Mitro just being Mitro, he just stood still really, just flicked it around the corner, and yeah, Joe done well to deal with it, to be honest. Took 2 touches off him and then slid it under the keeper. So him scoring a brace at Wembley in the finals, yeah, it was amazing, and it was his final. Lifting the trophy and then hearing yourself go, yay! It's actually not right at Wembley. I mean, just like, I don't want to take anything away from it, but like hearing yourself shout, yeah! Shouldn't happen really. You should just be hearing like the Fulham fans go crazy. So no, it's such a crazy time to be alive. Never mind lift a trophy.
You're at the biggest stage doing, like, making an amazing memory, and no one's there to enjoy it really with you, and it's sad, but it was surreal because we'd literally been locked in a house for however long, and that was like the first trip properly out of the house to do something like that. And you're just like, it's again the biggest thing ever.
How many times do you see great teams come down, have all the tools to go back up, but don't do it? Like to say you can do it and to actually do it is two monumentally different things. So for him to have actually done it, to not just talk the talk, but walk the walk, is like incredibly rare. But again, just smacks of what a good player and what a good leader he is. I think he's probably, certainly when I played with him, he was less vocal. I think now he might not be the most vocal on the pitch, but he leads with example and carries himself in a really professional way.
Obviously I knew what it meant for the club, but also to see the faces, the boys that obviously suffered the heartbreak of getting the relegation, to bounce straight back up as well. I saw the happiness that they had, and obviously how much it meant to them.
The squad FaceTimed me, and it was on the phone. Kevin McDonald, one of the many players who came in 2016 in that group, and he FaceTimed me on the pitch, and I didn't realize he would have the whole squad and the trophy and be on the pitch. And what a great memory, and it's a great photo of the squad and you can zoom in and see my face on Kevin's phone and all the guys with the trophy. It's one of my favorite memories.
Cork, Westwood, lovely ball into the feet of Wood. It comes for Chris Wood to strike, and he's in such exceptional form.
Both start tonight with the breaking news in the past few minutes. Fulham's relegation from the Premier League has been confirmed after they lost 2-0 at home to Burnley.
If you look at that squad on paper, I think any manager dreaming that squad are maybe outside the top 4. But maybe I'm being a little bit unfair because maybe what the players have done now, for example, like Ademola Lookman, Frank Anguissa, what he's gone on to do, etc., etc. But I still feel like at that time we were strong. We was very strong, player for player, and yeah, I still see it pop up on social media sometimes now, the squad. I remember I did Monday Night Football with the squad. They put the squad up and was like, how did this squad go down? But that is honestly football. If you have a bad start and you're down there and you can't get momentum, it is so hard to get out. And I think that was a massive case of it. And we just didn't score enough goals. And I didn't play. I missed a large chunk, well, nearly all of it basically through injury.
It was like lockdown as well at that time, like COVID. So we were like isolated with a baby and you've got this injury. So it's like on your mind. And then you've got us and like lack of sleep. And there's all of these things. There was a lot of, so that was a distraction as well. When you look back and you think you weren't you at all, were you?
No. It was the hardest time I've had in football for sure. It was because it was a freak injury, a training ground incident in a behind closed doors friendly against Wickham in an international break. Like all them things are playing in my head, like didn't need to play that game, that didn't need to happen. I literally just, I think it was a trialist as well, just literally tackled my knee height and a stud went through my tendon and split my patellar tendon. And at the start I could play through it with a little bit of pain, but as the weeks and weeks, I remember playing Sheffield United away when I think Mitchell missed a penalty and I think they had, like Ramsdale was in goal. Do you remember that? I think he gave away a penalty as well. I remember playing that game and playing quite well, but I was in pain. And as the weeks and weeks went on, it got worse and worse. And really, I should have pulled out a long time before. Like you said, my last game was December, but I should have stopped way before that. But yeah, looking back now, it was difficult because I had no time scale on the injury. There'd be weeks and weeks where it wouldn't improve, so like I can't see like an end goal. And I think with injuries and bad times, like if you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, I can remember saying to the physios, I wish I broke my leg because at least I can see the bone healing. Do you know what I mean? And I can see a time. But with my tendon, it just wasn't the case. And yeah, it was really tough that 10-month period, really tough.
At a certain point, you look at each other and you say, okay, like we're in it, we've done it, let's go do it again. We can do it again.
Things change because you're expected to win every game in the Championship, and it was about building consistency and being right, doing the right things, pushing standards. T, especially being captain, I think what he deals with so well is just taking everything in his stride, and he's never too high, never too low, and he sort of keeps everyone level-headed and just focused on the job in front of us.
To be honest, was an easy decision. Fulham as a football club makes every manager feel important when you come here. You are talking about such a historic club that give me the opportunity to come back to England. And when I look to the project, I'm really confident that you can create something important in this football club. And of course, as the first aim for us is to get promoted in the end of the season.
Yeah, I knew him from as a manager. Manage my clubs against him. Sometimes with Everton. Some weeks, some seasons before, and with Hull City in the FA Cup match. But of course, I did analyze the squad and the club. Firstly, a player that was here the 6 seasons before it, one of the captains of the club, player that was very important in the past inside the club. Of course, was a player that I really was looking for to be important for me and to get the club in the right track again.
He rang me straight away when he got the job. I got a message, just basically saying, like, nice to meet you, hello, I'd love to chat to you. And then yeah, I spoke to him in the car on the way home from somewhere, which I think was a nice touch by him, and that made me feel quite familiar. And in fairness to Marco, I pulled out of his first ever training session as well because I still wasn't ready. And he was amazing with me. He never rushed me back. He took time. He tried to help me, and his staff tried to help me, and slowly then, I think it was like late August, September, October time, obviously integrated me back in, and I'll always be thankful to Marco for that, really, to be honest, because that was a difficult time. It would have been an important player in his head as well, that season, the championship season, to get promoted, so that would have been difficult for him as well. So no, I'll always be thankful for him for that.
I remember really that we had a conversation myself with him that it was going to be really important to give him the enough time and the time that was necessary for him to be back again in the best shape possible.
Josh Onema fed through by Carvalho, finds Bobby Decker-Dover-Reid inside the box, good footwork from him, squares it across, Carvalho! Yes! Come on! 3-1 to Fulham, the 2-goal lead restored.
You started the season very, very well with Mika and Harrison Reed, and of course was a season that you were playing with Fabio.
I think I remember watching Millwall away. Was it Millwall away? On telly, and we battered them. I think Fabio was coming into the team. Cabano started unbelievable. Mitro was doing what he does. We looked solid. Mika, love Mika, sorry. He was playing special. We were strong. And Marco got his methods in fast. And we were looking incredibly hard to beat and playing fast flowing football. We had depth. I think it was the depth. Like I remember, like even the good players wasn't making the bench. I think that was the biggest thing out of all the three promotions. I'd say like the actual squad when we won the league was strong. Like if we had injuries, we could cover it. We had threats in all areas. Obviously, we signed Harry Wilson as well, who was flying straight away. Jedi was getting better and better and better. And like Mika had that amazing season as well, playing holding midfield. Tossing coming through our good age, Tim Ream doing what he does. So no, we was incredibly strong.
We all know Tom Cairney, and in that division that we are playing in during that period, you know that if he's in close his best physical point of view, he's going to be always a player that is going to add that extra quality to the team. Most of the time as well, he's one of the characteristics, in my opinion, of Tom, that he's able to take most of the times important decisions for the team that wants to stay with the ball. I knew that when he's going to be back, the Tom Cairney that we all knew in that period, day by day, I'm going to know better himself, and he's going to be a very important piece in the football club, like he did show the second half of the season.
Here's Harry Wilson picking out Bobby Decker-Dover-Reid. Dennis Adoy goes on the overlap. Bobby back for Harry Wilson inside the box. Oh, well, he felt he was not. Oh! I've done it! The loose ball falls in front of Tom Cairney. 57 minutes. He's only been back for 12 minutes. And he showed everyone inside Craven Cottage exactly what he's capable of.
You had that feeling when he came on. The energy in the ground changed, and you could just feel like something was going to happen. And as TC does, he stepped up and produced. So yeah, special moment that.
That meant a lot to him, I think.
Crying, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're crying.
I was so happy for him. Once again, I was so happy for him. Like I said, he is that guy. He's like, the chosen one. That's him.
It's like a build-up of 10 months of frustration, anger, sadness, and then it all just like unleashes on a left foot volley, literally, and seeing like the rain come off the net, the water go mad, and then you slide in, and then the boys are on you. Mitro was punching me, I think, for some reason. I have no idea. Cabana was elbowing me in the back if you watch the replays, but they was just like, I think everyone knew what it meant. Even the bench, the people warming up jumped on me. I remember Gentleman Jim's commentary as well, saying like, be careful.
Don't jump all over him, for God's sake.
Like I said before, football's about moments, and people remember moments, fans remember moments, and that was definitely one of them.
It was a big moment for him because, and for us as well, because we know that he struggled a lot. He was in a lot of pain all that 10 months, and he worked really hard to come back. And when he come back, he managed to score goals straight away. So it was really big moments for Tom and for everyone in the club, because he was finally back and he managed to score really beautiful goal. And it was, really important for us, that season to have captain back and to have him fully fit. So it was a really important moment in that season.
You can feel from him that was much more than important. It was a very emotional moment for him, for sure, for his family too, and of course he got the support from all of us, and we are really pleased in that night that he helped the club like he did so many times before it, help ourselves to open the score in that game. That was very, very important for him in the way he was back and in the best way possible.
Here's Tom Cairney, feeds it through for Harry Wilson inside the penalty area, working it onto his left foot, back for Cairney, smashes it! It's in there! Come on! 1-0 Fulham, and it's the trusty left foot of Tom Cairney that brings the 100 goals up. And how appropriate, Jamie, I'm delighted for him. He's had such a stop-start couple of years, Tom, with injuries.
I mean, it's perfect. You couldn't. I don't think you can write a script. I know, there's other guys who would get the headlines and Mitro scoring as many goals as he did that year. But for T to score, the 100th goal of the season, it's not something that we had really put as a target in the beginning of the year. But when you can score 100 goals in a season and your club captain scores the 100th, it's almost written.
I didn't realise he was on 99 goals. But yeah, scoring the 100th championship goal that year, scoring the first one being so important. And I think doing what we did, dismantling a playoff team, bear in mind there was a playoff and they had an unbelievable season. Destroying them the way we did was just like the best fashion to like win the league in.
It's written in the stars and kind of a perfect way to cap the promotion, but also being able to then go on and be promoted as champions. So yeah, I mean, listen, he scored so many big goals for the club, and that one, while maybe not the biggest in the grand scheme of it, for it to be that perfect 100 in a promotion game was pretty cool.
I wish I scored that goal as well. I would manage to score a hat-trick that year. I'm joking, but yeah, it was an amazing season for us. I think we had a great season there, and that was, I think the last game of the season, or no, sorry, we had after that one more game, but it was last home game of the season, and it was highlight of the season. I broke the record as well, and it was really special, beautiful game and special moment of the season.
He steps up when he's supposed to and creates these moments and the memories, and he just has a knack of doing that, to be honest.
It was a great night for the football club, and of course was not the first time recently that the club got the promotion, but we wanted from the first day that we joined the club and the first conversations with them in that moment was important to do it in a different way, completely different way, to got the title, to be the first and not to go through other type of process and ways to be back.
Just see him lift a trophy, because like I said, as a young boy, he never, I mean, if I say he missed out, I don't mean that because he had so much more, but he never went to these tournaments and played with his friends. I think that's what he missed. It's just because it's all more special because he's captain, so he's going to lift it, and it just makes it all more special. Just to see him happy.
I think we deserved to win the league. We deserved to go up in the fashion we did. And yeah, we were by far the standout team. I mean, I think we won 7-0, 6-2 a few times that season. So the teams don't do that in the Championship. I think going up as champions, having that little bit of extra time to prepare, to plan. I think Marco being Marco, managing the Premier League before. I think we had a little bit more extra confidence, extra belief. And we brought players in. I know it was a little bit late as well, and I think we had a strong start. We had a good start for the first time ever. In the previous 2 seasons, we did have a good start, and I think I always playing catch-up is the worst in the Premier League. So start with vital, and Marco being Marco, he didn't let anyone rest. And I think that was one of my favourite seasons in Fulham shirt was that first Premier League season with Marco.
If I didn't have that trust and belief, of course we took decisions for him to be with us all these years. It's not just because he's the Tom Cairney that we love. He's the Tom Cairney that played so many years in the football club. Of course, when I first arrived, he had after that bad injury, he had an impact. But of course, we took some important decisions for the future of the club in that season, the season after, and we have been taking. And of course, if in that moment we didn't trust or we didn't believe that Tom can be a part of an important piece in our club in the Premier League season straight away after, or the others that come, they come after, of course he's not going to be.
I did always believe that if we just stayed up that 1 year, then Fulham would stay there for a long, long time. I know it's been 3 years now, and touch wood, it carries on going that way, because listen, it's a Premier League team, it's Premier League club in my opinion. So if we can be a part of the long journey to keep Fulham in the Premier League at the top of English football for a long time, then that's what I'll try and do.
He's worked so hard to stay there. You know what I mean? Because I've seen so many players come and go, and he's still there. He's still there, so he's doing the right things.
He works so hard. He's super fit. Like, go on holiday, he's in the gym every day. Like, people think, oh, he's on holiday, but no, every day is the same for Tom. Doesn't matter when it is. That's what I love about him. It's just his dedication.
Professional.
Yeah, he's an absolute professional.
Obviously, he did so well in the Championship for many years, and then I was always hearing things about like he can't do it in the Prem and that kind of stuff. And I didn't like hearing that or seeing that, because we all know, everyone that's played with him knows how much of a good player he is. So, and he's had good moments in the Premier League as well. So I don't know where that even come from. So yeah, for him to silence his doubters as well, it's been very good. He's shown it in the last 2-3 seasons in the Prem what he can do, and how pivotal he's been under Marco as well. So.
Best memories of all for me are the recent memories that we made with Marco Silva, the times we have now in the Premier League, and what the club does to this day right now in TC's 10th season at Fulham.
Fear for Leicester, they could slip out of this league. They could be in trouble here as well, as Vinicius finds Tom Cairney onto his right foot, and he cracks it home. Fulham's third in what has been a fantastic first half for them. Looking for Cairney, who takes a touch and makes it 4.
Well, Yates with a mistake. It's Pereira. It's Cairney. It's 5.
Might work out, but still opportunities here for Fulham. Tete's cross deflected, and they've got themselves level through Tom Cairney. Another twist to this derby, and it's a game that Tom Cairney knows the meaning of so much.
He should be really proud. For someone to be at a club from that age to how old he is now is a long time. It's a great achievement, you know. No one stays in football clubs that long anymore, players or managers. So he should be really proud of what he's achieved at the club. So many appearances, so many goals, so many assists. So yeah, when he looks back at when he's finished football, he'll be really proud of his time at the club.
It's a very different kind of world of sport that we are in. So to have you know, a player stick around at one place for 10 years, it deserves something special. It deserves, you know, to be discussed. It deserves, you know, all the plaudits and the applause that it gets.
You know, all these players who played only for one team, and players who did that are only like big players. So he's a big player.
He's real rare. It's not something natural. It's not something normal right now in the new business that we have. First, we have to feel really at home. That is the first thing, and for sure he's feeling at home throughout all these years. And when I say that, he should be proud of, because you don't stay so many years in a football club if the club, first of all, doesn't recognize you as an important piece of the squad and of the club. But the other part that for me is more important, that is recognition from your teammates and from the fans.
Tom Cairney is one of the best players I ever played. Football, you know, he's a top Premier League player and one of the best I've seen and shared the pitch with.
It's not usually in this modern football. It's not happen a lot of the times, but I believe he is perfect guy for the Fulham. Even he's one Porsche guy. He's nice look. He's like I said before. Is this combination between club, team, fans? He's perfect Fulham player. When you're thinking about football, Fulham last 10 years, you must be thinking about Tom Cairney and style how he played the game.
There's been a lot happening in that 10 years. You know, it's not been a smooth sailing ride, and there's been times where he's been so frustrated with, you know, niggling injuries and this and that, where he couldn't get right, and you know, he's been promoted. Well, it must be 3 times and relegated a couple. So he's been through it all. He's been, you know, lost playoffs, won playoffs. He's been and seen it all, and he's done it at such a high level, and he's kept his standard there the whole time. And as you say, you said he's 30, 34 just now. Like, it seems so long ago. When you see pictures of him, like back when he played for Blackburn, you know, at the start of Fulham, you know, he looks so young there. So fair play to him, 10 years at the club, because I don't think I could do it.
Thank you for sharing the dressing room with me. You had a mad wedding once again, and hi to Abby. No, honestly, I wish you all the best for your future.
Incredible achievement to show the consistency that he has done. I can see how much the club means to him every day. I can see how much the fans mean to him and how much he means to the fans. And especially in this day and age where a lot can happen outside, a lot of noise outside through the highs and lows. It shows a great deal that the fans have not one bad word to say about him. So that just goes to show that the quality he shows on the pitch for them, the performances he's put in, and that just being that constant for the club, for the team. I mean, look where he's taken us, really. We're established Premier League side, pushing for Europe last year, and hopefully we can go on to do bigger and better things.
You've been a brilliant servant for the football club, and they're lucky to have you. But also, I know what a great club it is. It's a good match because Tom's lucky to be there.
I've basically witnessed the making of the legend, Tom Cairney. And, you know, over the decade, obviously he's matured, grown, but in his own unique ways, he has the ability to really show up at the most critical time and do something unbelievable. I'm proud of him as a human being, as a footballer, a person and a father, and, you know, to me, myself and my son Tony, I think it's really been a joy and a privilege to know him.
He'll always be a club legend, and there's always a place for Tom Cairney here at Fulham and at Craven Cottage. And I think the world of Tom Cairney, and it's amazing all the things that we've been through beside Tom over the years. Hard memories like TC10 seasons, it's an amazing thing. I think Tom Cairney's a Fulham legend, and I'm very proud to have worked with him all these seasons.
I'm sure there were moments where we both thought, you know, are we going to be here long term? Are we not going to be here long term? Is now the right time to leave? Was that the right time to leave? And to instead, you know, stay for 10 years and hit that milestone, because you can play games and hit game milestones, but I think staying someplace for 10 years is huge. And I don't think there's anybody more deserving that I played with there that deserves to have that than T. And he's done it with class, and he's done it with you know, with grit, with determination, and done it, you know, his way. And it's, you know, watching from here now, watching from afar, to see him complete 10 years is yeah, you almost don't want anybody else to do it because of the way he's done it, because it is so special for him.
I think the main thing really is about the pride, the pride, and that the life, you have so many ups and downs, and Tom in his story in the football club showed that again. He had some ups, he had some downs, even with some great seasons before I arrived in the club, and yet I think that some playoffs, some great seasons too, other not so good. He was able to help the club to play and to be where it belongs as a club, a football club.
Through the years, you've represented the club so well on and off the field, and it's richly deserved. Proud of you. Happy to call you a friend. Happy to call you a teammate. And glad we got to spend those 9 years together, because they were some of the best of my career.
You've been an unbelievable person, unbelievable character. Thank you obviously for kind of helping me out throughout my times, but my pleasure. It's been a pleasure to be part of it.
And to wish him, the best in the future, in the new challenges, to stay injury free and to play few more years in a good level, and to enjoy football and enjoy life.
The greatest thing for me is how he has established himself at this club and become a legend.
He's an inspiration. I think he's just absolutely an inspiration to all young boys who have that dream, because they have the dream, and Tom has lived his dream and still is. I just think he is an inspiration, to be honest, because he's 100% dedicated and always will be, I think.
He's so grounded, he's got time for everyone.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I do like. Nothing's ever changed with him throughout, no matter what he's done success-wise, he's still got time for everyone.
I would just like to say thank you to T for everything that he's done for me in my career so far. He's really been one of the pivotal people and players in my career for sure. And I hope he knows that, so that's why I want to keep saying it as well. And he should really be proud of what he's achieved at the club. He's a legend here. Any young player coming through at the academy should look up to that as well. Any player that even plays for Fulham really should be looking up to that. The fans adore him. I think I might be bored in saying this, but he deserves a statue. Generally, he should get a statue at the club. Was it 3 promotions? It's incredible. So it deserves that. So whoever's in charge of that, build a statue of TC. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm proud of you, because that's what you always wanted, and you always believed in yourself that you could be there, and that's your dream, wasn't it? And now it's amazing that you can do that and that you've done it. Because he's always really negative about himself, as much as he is Mr. Positive. Not negative, but you are you always think you should have done more or could have done more. So I'm glad that you can look back now and see that you have done that. Every little boy had their dad is their idol, aren't they? And you are so many little kids' idols, and you are Aubrey and Brody's dad. And Aubrey's just starting to realise how cool that is.
Yeah. And no one thinks their dad's cool.
No, but he's oh, hang on, my dad's cool. So it is amazing.
It's just phenomenal. It really is. Off the pitch and on the pitch, what you see is what you get. Is no different. It's the old picture. The journey we've been on has been truly amazing. It really has. I just can't put into words. Proud doesn't even cover it. Thank you doesn't even cover it. He thinks about us all the time. Are you coming to this? Are you doing this? Are you getting there? He thinks about us all the time. It's everything I dreamt for him as a baby. Everything and more that I dreamt for him. And he is truly an amazing son. There's nothing else I can say to you. You've done it. You've done it. And let's continue this journey.
Who would you like to thank for what's sort of happened to you over the last 10 years?
Wow, where do I start? Tony Khan and Shahid, first of all. I'd like to give a massive thank you to them for bringing me into the club, supporting me, and literally trying to take Fulham to the next level. I've been a big part of that, so I'd like to thank them. For special mention, I think, to Slavisa as well, who could probably took my game, and at the time when I needed him, kind of brought the best out of me. What he's seen in me, he brought that. He managed to bring that out in me, and I'll always be incredibly thankful to him. My teammates, there's too many to mention. I got incredible relationships with loads of them. But yeah, I think you got to give a special shout out to Mitch Rowe. What I've experienced on the football pitch. Tim Ream, for example, what I've experienced on the football pitch with them too. I mean, 3 promotions I've gone through with them is Cabano. I don't leave him out. 3 promotions with them is insane. And yeah, like, it just makes you think, like, times, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 years from now, if you ever bump into them, like, you'll go, but you'll just remember their moments. And I think that's incredibly special. I think that's the best thing about sport, best thing about football is, like, you just have something that, like, you can't explain. I've got, like, success that's been a roller coaster. I've seen him go from a boy to a man. Even then the new, like, I say new gen, but then the ones that are still there now, I played a lot of football with, more football than people realise. Like the Harrison Reed, Harry Wilson, Jedi, I played over 100 games with them, which is a lot. I'd like to say a massive thank you to the fans. Talked to me since day one. It's been a special relationship since the start. It's not over yet. It's incredible to do something like this and say thank you to them. And yeah, also to Marco as well. I owe a massive thank you to him. He's been my longest serving Fulham manager. This is my, what is it, fifth? It's my 5th season. It's my 5th season under him. It's a long time. And yeah, he sometimes says, like, oh, I wish I could have got you when you was younger. He says I picked up a few bad habits, but no, that's just football. So my family, of course, I'd say my family. Mum and dad, brother, sister. I've been there, yeah, since I was a child, since I was a kid, seen my dreams, support me through my dreams, maybe put their life on hold so they could, like, see me, yeah, shoot for the stars, basically. So, yeah, big thank you to them, and my wife and my kids who, yeah, they're my, do you know what I mean, they're my reason now. Yeah, they're what I do it for now and why I keep going. And then also to myself, like, always try and, like, better myself. I always feel like I could have done more, achieved more. I've let myself down here and there, like, show my ability, I've achieved more than I should have done. Maybe, like, sometimes I think, yeah, I could have achieved more, but then at the same time, now I'm extremely proud and honoured, really, and fortunate to have had this ride that I have with a special football club. And yeah, I'll never ever take it for granted. One day, like, my career will end, Fulham will end, my career will end, and yeah, football will always be a huge part of my life. And now I can say I can honestly given everything I have to the football club. So yeah, I think I'm, like, speaking as, like, a little boy, really. That, what was getting emotional? Speaking as a little boy that, like, had a dream to be a footballer, and, like, I think when you do stuff like this, it makes you realise, like you live that dream. So it's not over yet, and yeah, long may it continue. And I've got hopefully a few special moments left before that ends. Come here, my darling. Come to daddy. Here he is. Fulham's next number what? I think you're more of a bruiser. 6. Tackle. You like tackling your brother, don't you? Whack. But he's left-footed, which is good. Say, come on, Fulham.
Come on, Fulham.
Yeah. Whoa. Right, this is the...
Thank you.
This is for Fulham, okay?
Ain't nobody like Tom Cairney. Make me feel this way.
Tom, thank you. I hope you have a great 10th anniversary, and I'd like to introduce you to Cairney, our cat.
My favourite Tom Cairney moment at Fulham was definitely that goal against Cardiff in 2021. Straight back from injury, straight into the top corner. What a goal, what a player.
There's many magical moments over the last 10 years we could thank you for. But the one that really sticks with me is watching you lift that trophy in the playoff final against that lot at an empty Wembley Stadium. At a time where there was so much uncertainty in the world, you gave us as staff and the fans so much joy in that moment.
These are all my Tom Cairney Fulham shirts. I've always had his name on the back of my shirts. There's never been any question at the beginning of the season who's going on the back of my shirt.
So my favourite moment from the big captain, TC, Ain't Nobody, was a 1-1 draw against Leeds back in 2017 where he scored a 95th minute equaliser. It was an absolutely beautiful strike.
Here I am at Wembley, reminiscing Tom Cairney's best ever Fulham moment. We'll be here next year, Tom, don't you worry. Come on, Fulham, we love you, Tom.
Tom Cairney, I love you as much as my kids, and maybe more than my wife. And I'm not ashamed to say that.
Make them party, make them feel this way, make them Cairney, make them happy, make them feel this way.
Ain't nobody like Tom Cairney, makes me happy, makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody like Tom Cairney, makes me happy, makes me feel this way.
Do you know your dad's chant, his song?
Yeah, you do. What is it?
Mary.
No, not Many Men, that's 50 Cent. He said, many men wish death upon me.
I had the Andy.
Third night and fourth night was in the same place as Abby, so that's how we met, how we got talking. Yeah, that's where it started really. And she always says that I liked her a lot more than she liked me.
You just didn't leave me
I've got the best shot just then, by the way.
You can play that.
Yeah.